switch over to our Abuja studio where we have joining us Dr. Cairo Ojubo, member of the All Progressives Congress. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
What's your position on this situation in Benue State?
Well, it's quite an unfortunate incident, and I can tell you that the party, the APC, is up in arms with the government, and the solution is being found. The Inspector General of Police has been asked to relocate to Benue, and an assessment will be done. As soon as the assessment is done between the Inspector General of Police, the Chief of Army Staff, the Immigration, who incidentally also gets involved in this matter, the President will be properly advised. And, but decisive action has been taken already, and this matter will be brought under control in no time. The APC government is very determined to find solution to it, and all hands are on deck. The Minister of Interior, the Minister of Agric, the Inspector General of Police. Of course, you are aware that a meeting was held, and then far-reaching decisions have been taken, and implementation will be full.
Mr. Ojubo, if I may come in here, our last guest, Captain Aliyu, says it's sending the IGP there now. It makes no difference. The cake's already been baked. No. And in his words, he says that will be punishing the police.
No. Well, he's a retired captain. This issue is between armed groups that most times you will understand. Some of them come from across they come into Nigeria from neighboring countries. And it's only the police that has the structure. All over the country, all over Benue State, there are police stations, there are substations, and the structure on the ground, this sort of activity is suited for the police. What will happen is exactly what...
But again, we've had guests here who've talked about the fact that this is not the role for the police, that the police is not trained to go into these terrains where these cattle herders operate from. And you say this is a job for the police?
No. Of course, because the police, in any case, it is not an isolated issue for the police. The police, the army, and all the security agencies are involved right now. But the truth remains that even when the army is brought in to clear these areas, it is still the police who will man them. So it is the police that has the first responsibility in such issues. And what the government has done with the Inspector General of Police relocating to Benue, the area will be well mapped, where the police cannot, when the task is very difficult for the police. There is police intelligence, there is the CID. They are well structured to handle this issue. What is needed is the determination and the courage, and which the government and Buhari has given, and the mandate the president has given, will now help the police to stand firmly and then do the required job the way it should be. Let me tell you this.
Mr. Ojubo, hold on 1 second. There are a lot of people who are concerned here. I mean, the governor of Benue State is of your party, but it took him crying out publicly several times before the president or the party structure decided to do anything whatsoever. Why did it take that long?
No, you see, the issue is as these sad events occur and happen, there is a report back mechanism, and then the mechanisms are what is now switched into action, and that is where the party is very firm and the government is very firm. What is necessary is, has the right decision been taken? Yes, it has been taken. Now, people want to politicize these sort of issues. What actually is going on is that the government is very determined. And let me assure you, the president is very firm on this matter. The party is very firm, and decision has been taken. And the implementation is what you need to see in the next 4 or 5 weeks. The governor has done his best. He has raised the required alarm. He has raised the required consciousness. And that is where the APC is a party of truth.
Alarms before response came from the federal government.
No, but you do understand that as these incidents happen, when alarms are raised, the government responds, and everybody who is involved now responds. But this time around, it is now a national matter, and then it now requires the national attention that is taken. And you see, the APC itself is not resting on its oars. The government is very concerned. Look at the high quality of government officers that have been deployed into this matter.
Captain, see, I've called you a captain there, which you're not. Okay, but Mr. Dugbo, the governor, I'm staying with the governor here because he cried out several times, and he also said that the people responsible for this act are walking free. At least 20 people were killed. At least 20 people were killed, and several others around Benue State, not to talk of the other parts of the country. And you say that your party is very serious and firm about security issues. That would raise some concerns in some quarters.
No, of course, you know that the police are now investigating this matter. And these people, these marauders and these criminals, they are not in one point where you just go and grab them. Of course, they commit this crime and then they disappear into the bush. And then that is the problem of the whole terrain. That's why the police is well suited for it. Now, these people, they have escaped, and then the police is not chasing them. Let me tell you, the governor even also said it. He said, look, that the culprits must be brought to book. The government and the party also said it. It is not a matter of the government alone. It's a national problem. And this national problem must be well tackled. Like the captain said, Boko Haram was like that. This one is not starting. But luckily, we have an APC government that is reacting appropriately. And the necessary thing that needs to be done is being done right now. Given the next 4 or 5 weeks, of course, you will see people will be arrested, people will be detained, people will be charged to court. Otherwise, of course, it has started some few days ago. You saw on TV where people were paraded, herdsmen, and then these people are being charged to court. And the process will continue. And of course, the government is a responsible government, and the solution must be found.
Mr. Dugbo, is the APC losing grip of governance?
No, that is far from it. Far from it. Let me tell you this. The APC as a party is well rooted, is well organized, and is doing its best to make sure that the impact of governance is fed. You heard the president's New Year broadcast. You saw the roadmap that the president has mapped out for the country. You know that the biggest problem in this country today, there are particular issues bedeviling this country today. Number one, the issue of fuel subsidy and the implications of that. Number two, the issue of local government and restructuring. Number three, the issue of terrorism. Now, the issue of infrastructure and the rest cannot be properly tackled if terrorism is not nipped in the bud. So the president and the government is placing special emphasis on the conquering terrorism in the Northeast. This Meiti Allah issue, it is something that is very of grave concern to the party and to the government.